Hi, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, Joaquin. How we doing, people? You know who's with me,
Hey, what's up, guys?
right? It's my boy Eric. So today's video is how to make Wizards of the Coast listen to us, the current state of the OGL, January 2023. And like most creators, we're really trying to move on from this subject, but Wizards won't let us. And we're gonna dive into that. And we're gonna, for those who are new and starting to see our D&D content, we're also gonna tell you what we're gonna be doing about it, what our support is, what we think you guys should do to help fight the cause, because it is a good cause that has really galvanized for once all the D&D communities. Like everybody usually will fight over different things, like what system's better, blah blah blah. But in this, we're pretty much all united. So let's start the video. Go. All right. So the Open Gaming License, the OGL mess. So you really should check out D&D Shorts channel. First of all, the guy's hilarious.
Yeah,
How?
the guy does really, really great content. I've been watching this guy for a while, even
Yeah,
before all this nonsense happened.
yeah. And so
He's pretty funny.
this is the guy that if I were to get a celebrity D&D player for our group or something like that, this would be the guy I would invite.
Yeah, that guy's pretty funny.
Or buy a beer and just talk D&D stories with this guy because he
Right?
sounds like he's a cool guy to hang out with. So he just did a video where he was talking about the latest update, and it's called Wizards New OGL is a Mess of Lies. I was
Yeah,
and
he does a series of them. There's like two or three of them out there,
and
if not
actual good
more, where he
ideas.
starts to
Yeah.
go in and it gradually grows in severity, I guess you could say.
Yeah, so he this latest video. Right now, if you're watching this, we're talking about 5 days ago, so it could be some of you guys. But so he breaks this down, and so we're not really gonna focus so much on that. We're just gonna give like some
Yeah,
quick
if you want to see
summaries.
what he says, go watch his videos,
Yeah,
support his
because
channel
he
too.
he he's the one who has actual insiders from Wizards of the Coast workers who are talking to him, who are leaking stuff to be like, "Hey, what they're trying to do." And so this is all because we're just gonna just simple it down the very basic. Wizards of the Coast hired a CEO or promoted or brought in a CEO who was in Microsoft for gaming, and they wanted to put her to help them um do what like loot chests, or what do they call that?
Yeah, something weird like that.
Yeah, so
I can't remember what it was
yeah, I
called.
can't think of it either. I should have wrote this down. Like, damn it,
Eh,
Joaquin.
your preparations have been found wanting, Joaquin.
I know. It's like I come for you for information, and you're like, you know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. That's why I'm
No,
watching the
no,
video.
help me, Joaquin.
So, so they wanted to put in more transactions. So we're just gonna put it like digital
Yeah,
transaction. But there's another
that
word
that
that they had
precious
phrased it.
paywall
Yeah,
because D&D
that's it.
as per Wizards of the Coast is massively, what was it? Under monetized. That's what the
Yeah.
term they use.
So here's the thing. Because we're gonna be branching out and doing other videos besides the MTG, where we start talking about Warhammer Fantasy and other RPGs. So we're not just gonna be doing this. We're also gonna be doing reviews. I'm gonna do a little box opening when I can with Eric, 'cause I just got the Starfinders, and I was like looking through the box. I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. We gotta do a video on this. So it's not just that. It's more of just they want to consolidate everything to go online. And I told Eric, I was like, man, I'm hearing some rumblings that they want to get rid of the dungeon master because the DM pays for the majority of the stuff. So all you cheap players out there, help your DM out, dude. I
Right?
mean, think about it. He buys the Dungeon Master's Guide. Some case, you're borrowing his player's handbook. Shame on you. What's
Yeah,
even
they all
worse?
players should at least have the player's
What's
handbook,
even
at least.
worse? You're gonna be using his dice because most DMs have big bags of dice because they know the
What?
players.
I've never used anybody's dice but my own, man.
Look,
If you can't
if
get
you
dice,
if you just started playing the game for a few sessions, right, and you're kind of on the
get
fence,
your
I
starter
get that.
set.
But if you're like, I like playing D&D, then get the player's handbook, whatever edition you're gonna end up playing now, and
Right.
get your dice, man. Like help the DM out. And a lot of
Yeah,
times,
get the starter set. Starter sets are really, player's handbook and the starter set, you're good to go.
yeah, there you go. But right now we're gonna get into why what we're boycotting. So I wouldn't be buying anything right like that right now. Um, not 5e. So they want to have more transactions, so they're gonna get rid of the DM. And I told Eric this a while ago, and he was like, "No." I was like, "Yes, they are. They're gonna turn 6th edition 1 D&D is going to be almost like a video game." And so that's why they wanna get rid of the open gaming license, because they wanna shut down, like, Foundry and, a couple of other ones too, but
Roll 20 and
yeah. And then there's one
all
more
that stuff.
I can't think of
Yeah,
offhand.
there's a few.
Yeah, so they wanna shut down all these other competitions, and on top of that, the first one that went out that they said was a draft, even though it didn't
Yeah,
say
you don't send drafts
draft.
out with contracts.
Yeah, and they didn't release it. They only released it to the big,
Yeah, you send
creators.
out this new OGL with a contract and an NDA. If you're sending out an NDA and a contract, that is not a fucking draft.
No. And so, they wanted to take,
Lying ass.
25% off the top of anybody making 750. And so, the majority of the people be like, "Well, I'm not, whatever I produce is never gonna come up to that. I'm not Critical Role or Cobalt Press." But where people were pointing
Mhm.
out, like myself, I go, "That's 750 cap now."
Well, not only that, it was, and this was in the first version of the OGL rework or whatever.
Yeah.
It was a 20% off the top of Kickstarter. So sure, you're not paying 25%, for 750 more. Anything below that, you're paying 20% off any Kickstarter, and you also had to report your income. It was like tax times for these fools. Like you had to tell them how much money you were making, when did you make it, when did you do all this. Like you had to report all this stuff to them. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And well, I'm not even going to get into the whole stealing your ideas and
Yeah.
having no legal recourse whatsoever.
So
So that one,
yeah, so if you're new and you're just watching this, you're like, "Whoa, okay." So that's why I say, like, go go
yeah,
check
the
out
first
D&D
video we
shorts.
did has a lot more of that.
Yeah, and so for me, I'm looking, Eric and we're looking at this, and as far as our group goes, it's like, well, we're just still playing D&D, and it doesn't matter, but, you know, um people are boycotting, so we're gonna move on to that because, like I said, if you want to learn more, you go to the D&D shorts. He does a really good job of explaining everything in
Yeah,
detail, the
really good.
ramifications, and why it's important that the community stays band together. Which brings up to, what do you plan to boycott? So the first one's easy. What did they say the numbers were? Over 40,000 so far.
Over 40,000. That was a week or so ago, a little
Yeah,
over a week ago.
which caused them to respond, which is the mess video we were
That's
talking about.
why that's why they scaled back
Big
quite
time.
a bit. I mean, it's still not ideal. The ideal thing for Wizards of the Coast to do right now is to uphold the OGL 1.0.
Yep.
That's they said in the beginning 20 some odd years ago, they said this will never be revoked. This will always be, and now they're changing. They're lying. They're taking it away.
Yeah.
So that would be the best case scenario right
Yeah,
there.
and when I heard about that, I go, you got Cobalt Press, you have Paizo. Paizo already said, or that Cobalt or Paizo, they already said we're ready to go to court. Like they're not even playing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
that's when the
Paizo's one
first
of
one came out, because
they
they
don't
were
want
talking
to, but
about,
they're prepared to.
yeah, that they were, in the first draft, according to Wizards.
That's not even a fucking draft.
Yeah, the first draft,
Air quotes.
yeah, that's how I actually did that with my fingers. I'm like, "Oh, they can't see you. What the hell?"
Right?
Um,
Got that secret camera.
yeah, they wanted to claim ownership of everything, including the stuff
Yeah.
you did in the past. I was like, "What?" I was like,
Yeah,
"This
it was
is insane."
nuts, dude. It was unbelievably
They're like,
fucking
they're like, "Did you put the open gaming license in your book?" "Yes." "Well, we now own it." "What?"
yeah.
It's
Oh,
like,
and there's nothing you can do about it.
yeah,
Oh, and we're gonna take your idea and sell it ourselves. Oh, and your contract's revoked. Bye-bye.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
that's the first step. So people have been canceling they continue to cancel their D&D Beyond subscription. That's a good thing. And it's not going to affect anything that you have already bought on there. All you're doing is stating that you will no longer support the company financially. You're still keeping what's yours so you and your group play. Second, we are no longer buying any more 5e products. And Eric and I were all getting ready to review the next product, which was
Mhm.
I don't even remember what it was now.
I've I've expunged it from my memory.
Yeah, so I think it was something to do. God, was it the deck of many things or something like that?
I think yeah, some of those the new product. That's one of the new products coming out.
Yeah, so because I was like watching, I'm like, okay, cool. We've already kind of set our piece with the OGL, but then um, here comes that brings us up to the third thing. Will you boycott the movie Honor Among Thieves? So
Yep.
Paramount owns that, and they bought
Mhm.
they got the license from Wizard of the Coast to do this, and Wizard of the Coast is still going to get a cut of the movie. And I was talking with Eric, and I go, I don't think I'm going to boycott that.
I am.
You know?
I'll go see it, but you know how I'm gonna go see it? I'm gonna go see it old school style. I'm gonna go buy the ticket for another movie, and then just wait in the fucking theater, and then go watch it.
um,
Old school, motherfucker.
I don't think. I
You
gotta
know how
put
we
a,
did it
I'm
back
gonna
in the
put
day,
a legal,
Joaquin?
I'm gonna put a legal disclaimer out there for West Coast Geeks. West Coast Geeks, meaning Joaquin, the
Does not condone
proprietor of
such
the channel, does
does not
not
condone such behavior.
endorse said comments by his co-host Eric. But he's not saying it's a bad idea. So,
You're being very critical role right now.
yes. So, for those of you who get that reference.
Oh my
So,
god.
yeah, I still plan to see it. I just do. I
I
might.
plan to see it. I just don't plan to pay
I
for
don't
it.
know if I'm gonna break the law like Eric.
Pirate.
You know, I don't know if I'm gonna be like doing that. Not to say I haven't done it before and watched like 2 or 3 movies back in my teens.
Right? As
I
I
mean, like
said, old
I bought a
school.
ticket at 11. It came out around 3-ish, 4. Watched a
I
couple of
fell
movies.
asleep.
We good. you know, so it's not like I did that. The other thing I forgot to put on there that which really prompted me to really want to do this video, besides the whole movie thing.
Okay.
People are talking about boycotting Baldur's Gate,
Yep.
and I just want to let people know that um they just got the company that does Baldur's Gate just got, what is it?
BioWare.
Yeah, they just got the license just to be like, we can make this game. Like the majority of the profits, if they are probably
Well,
just going to that
BioWare has
company.
had that license for decades.
Yeah, so I don't, maybe maybe D&D's probably still gets a little cutback or whatever for small
But you know
percentages.
they get residuals,
Yeah, so they
like
get something
royalties.
small, but um, I've already bought the game, so it's not like I'm gonna
How
stop
dare
playing
you?
it. It's not like I'm gonna stop supporting it. And as soon as
When
it
did you
comes
buy
out
it?
in August,
When did you buy it?
last year, dude, when it first came out in beta.
Okay. Oh, so you got the pre-order for the
No, I didn't
okay.
do the pre-order and all that. I'm talking like um when it first came out. Michael wanted to have someone to play with, so I jumped
I
in. And
didn't think it was out already.
yeah, you can still. That's why I was trying to tell you you should play with us, dude. We're looking for a fourth player. But Greg
Ah,
stopped because his computer got too buggy, and he's like, "I'm just gonna wait." So
wait till they get the bugs out, yeah.
yeah, so I'm probably suggesting for you to do that too. So we're not. So my stance is I'm not boycotting the movie, and I'm definitely not suggesting that you boycott Baldur's Gate 3. Um, but the other thing is too, a lot of just gamers play Baldur's Gate. I'm not saying that the majority still aren't D&D fans, but
Mhm.
I don't think they deserve the wrath of the D&D community here.
Hey, you sleep with the devil, you bear the fruit.
I'm okay with that, dude. I'll take a shower. So, so here's the other one that I've been seeing people get crazy with, and even
Yep,
Eric is going to comment on this.
yep,
Will you stop playing MTG Magic the Gathering?
yep. Already deleted my arena. Done.
Why?
Because I'm not giving them any more satisfaction or subscriptions or memberships. Even if it's free, I don't want to boost their numbers.
Yeah, well, I'll still be making MTG budget content and other things. But I
Blocky, maybe I was the wrong person to have on this video.
no, you're the right person. I don't want a yes man. That's the other
I
thing.
will I will happily watch that fucking company burn.
Yeah, this is our version of geeks point and counterpoint or the McLaughlin group. Those
Dude,
politicals
I
out
I
there.
even went so far as to take my old Magic cards from like the early mid '90s that I've been holding on to for almost 30 years and fucking selling them.
Eric has like, I don't know, 30 or 40 like probably like mint condition black lotuses. He said he set 10 of them on fire.
Fresh off the printer? No, just kidding. I don't do that
Yeah,
either. That's the last
he's
thing I need is for wizards to chase my ass.
yeah, he sent he
No,
sent
but
he
but
sent them the
I
video. He sent Wizard of the Coast the
right.
video. He was like, "Watch this, bitch," and he set the shit
Watch
on
this.
fire.
Light them on fire. Whoosh.
Yep. Somewhere off in the far side of the country, Rudy from Alpha Investment would cry if he did that. He's like, "You could have sold it to me."
Right?
So,
Yeah,
that's
I'm
how
not crazy
far.
enough to burn them,
Yeah,
but I am gonna get money off of them.
yeah. He's told me you were going to trade them in and get store
Get
credit.
credit. A lot of stores will do that.
Yeah,
You
because
know,
we're
I
gonna
got
be feeding another beast that everybody hates, which is Games Workshop.
oh, that motherfucker. I'm waiting for them to fucking drop the other shoe, dude. I'm waiting for it. Oh, I can't take all this.
Yeah. So,
First
um,
D&D, then my Warhammer. Man.
yeah. So that's the other one. Like we're gonna be starting to do some because I'm getting ready. I'm getting hyped up for because they're bringing back old school fantasy.
Yeah, we'll see how that turns out. Games Workshop has done a shoddy job. Okay, so this is just a little side track note
Yeah, let's make it
thing.
real quick because otherwise
I,
we're gonna
I've
really lose.
I've I've kind of moved away from 40K right now.
Yeah,
It just their rules. I mean, I love the game. I love the models. I love the fluff. I love the history of the game. I've been playing it since it came out back in 86, 87. The rules are just fucking trash. The tournaments and competitive aspect of it, which is what I started to get into, it is not a game of who is a better player as in regards to tactics and stuff. It's who can micromanage the rules and use it against their
yeah.
opponent.
Well, we're really gonna put a pin on that one. That's a
Yeah,
video for another day
that's
once we get
but
into
yeah,
there.
I have kind of moved away from that for
Yeah.
the time
So,
being.
really, all the gamers and geeks, we're just tired of companies just taking advantage of us.
Yeah, burn
And
them down
which brings us up to another last. The next little bullet point is how long do you plan to boycott? Like for
so the
me,
ash is cool.
you know, I mean, I'm gonna be doing a short video, like a D&D short, and I'm just gonna show you my D&D collection from first all the way to fifth, where I'm just showing you briefly because I got 1 minute, and you can see where I started from, and you can recognize some of these books and box sets. and you're just
I'm
gonna
probably
know that
jealous of your collection because I did lose a lot of my D&D collection over the years,
yes,
moving around the country and stuff.
but my point is, like, if you own all this D&D stuff, you never
Yeah,
needed Wizards. You don't need
exactly,
Hasbro. You don't need
and
anybody.
that's
You
what we've
got
been
enough.
talking about. That's what you and I have been talking about. That's what I've been talking about with my group. They may own the business of D&D, but we the players and the dungeon masters and I we own the spirit of D&D. And whatever you have, whatever you collected in the past, whatever you've come up with, that is all yours. They can't take that away.
Yeah,
If you try and produce something, they just stopping people basically from making money off of their label, air
yeah.
quotes.
So, in the last bullet point before we go to the wrap up here is, what can they do to correct the situation?
They
I
will
don't think
not.
we're gonna win this fight in the
Nope.
sense of them
There
not
is no
making
going
any
back.
changes to the open gaming license. Like
I,
there's gonna we're gonna fight a hard fight, but we're gonna have to concede on a few things. And my question is for you, what's gonna be your okay? Um, I'm cool with that, and that's something I would like to see. People leave a comment below. What is it for them? And
yeah.
so
What the community by and large, especially these content creators, the only thing that will resolve this amicably between Wizards and the community will be the reinstatement of OGL 1.0, which isn't going to happen.
now
They've burned too many bridges. This is an irreversible act that they've started, and there's no going back. It will never be
be the
the same
same. No.
until
No, that
Wizards,
that that was the
you know,
best phrase. It will never be the same.
until it becomes somebody else's property or something, and until Hasbro and Wizard of the Coast is out of the picture completely.
Yep.
I don't think there's any hope of it becoming how it was before.
All right, so that's take it up to the wrap up. All right, so
Look at
th-
that nerd with that Cavalier shield.
yeah, dude, I found this picture and I was like, this is cool,
Yeah, it's
man.
pretty
Whoever
cool,
this
man.
whoever this cosplay group is, bravo, dude. I was
Yep.
too lazy to actually find out who picture this
Where's
is,
Uni?
but whatever. Yeah, you know
Yeah,
what? Where is the uni?
but whatever. But
So
whatever.
whatever.
Fucking
So this channel will continue to support the OSR, and we're actually gonna start doing more videos on the old school Renaissance products, which we're doing right now, which is first and second edition.
oh
And
yeah,
we had planned on doing this even before this big mess because I just thought it'd be cool for people
golden
to start
age.
learning about this. We will not be doing any one D&D videos or products review until this OGL is settled to our satisfaction. Not the
Which will
community's, to
be
Eric and I's satisfaction. Like, okay, but you know,
you know where my satisfaction lies,
yeah.
so
So I
you might
don't
want to
know if we'll
scratch
ever
that
reach
one off.
that. It might just be, welcome back to West Coast Geeks. I'm your host, and you know who's not with me.
You know who moved on.
You know who's
I've
not
had that
here
kind of
today.
negativity in my
You know
life.
who's still boycotting. I'm getting a picture of you.
You know
Put
who
it
went to
on there.
jail for sneaking in the movies,
Yeah, they're gonna show a picture of Eric with his dog Minion,
right?
and Minion's gonna be giving me a growling face. Uh,
Oh
so
shit.
we're gonna be doing the Advanced Player's Handbook. It's the next
Oh
series we're going to
yeah.
record. And the reality is, I started looking, on that next video right there, and what they're talking about, the game, is
Hmm.
so true to this point right now. And so I'm looking at the time. Thought we could keep this video under 20 minutes, but we talk too
Hell
much
no.
mess to sneak it into movie other stuff.
What are you talking about? That wasn't me. Crate caller, crate caller. Who's on this line?
Pretty much. So with that, you know, we
I
just
just want to tell everybody, it's not, I'm not anti D&D.
yeah,
Like we have a bunch of plans to do, like we said before in the year end, we got a bunch of plans to do different videos on, second edition and even some 5e stuff.
yeah,
It's just going forward, any future product put out by this evil company will probably not appear. But we're still doing our original stuff. You know, all the stuff that Joaquin has planned for the year. It's going to be big, man.
Yeah,
Especially if you're in the history of D&D, you know, which in my opinion is more important now than ever.
yeah,
But
it really is. And so we hope you join us, with the support. Right now, we're close to 170 subscribers. So if you really
nice.
like to help us, just support the channel and subscribe. And, if you're enjoying the content and you made it this far and agree with any one thing that we had to say, just one, hit the like button.
Yeah.
All
Or
right,
hit the
with that,
subscribe. Let's
people,
see if we can get to 200.
let's see. All right, take care.
Hey guys.